Dear students, we continue where we left off yesterday. India and the world. Where is India located? In the center of the world between East and West Asia. It is at the tip, it is at a very prime location. The routes of the Indian Ocean, which connect Europe to West and East Asia, have to cross India. Thus, India is at a strategic central location. The Deccan Peninsula helps India establish contact with Western Asia, Africa, and Europe from the western coast, and Southeast and East Asia from the eastern coast. How did this help India? Indians were traders. People traveled by ships. They carried goods to be bartered or traded with India. They took back Indian goods, which were appreciated all around the world, and thus they used these routes. The ocean, which is south of India and given the name Indian Ocean, as no other country has a long coastline on the Indian Ocean as India has. If you remember, children, India is a peninsula, a V, and thus the Indian tip cuts the ocean into three parts: the Arabian Sea on the west, the Bay of Bengal on the east, and the Indian Ocean at the south. Cutting the ocean and going into the Indian Ocean, thus the sea has been named Indian Ocean. India is the seventh largest country in the world, Russia being the first, Canada being the second, USA being third, China being a close fourth, Brazil being fifth, Australia sixth, India seventh. If you see the graph, you will understand the importance of India amongst all the countries in the world. The land routes of India are much older than the sea routes. The various passes across mountains in the north have provided passages to the ancient travelers as ocean limited interaction for a long time. People came through the passes of the mountains. What did they come for? They came through the land routes in exchange of ideas and commodities since ancient times. What is ideas? Culture, education. India was a rich country, rich in resources, rich in education, rich in culture, rich in social etiquettes. People from China, people from Tibet came to India to study this. India has propagated the ideas of the Upanishads, the Ramayana, the Panchatantra, the Indian numerals, the decimal system, as well as given resources such as spices, muslin, and other merchandise to different countries. What is merchandise, children? Goods. What is muslin? A very fine, thin cotton cloth, which we wear for dhotis. Also, the influence of Greek sculpture and architectural style of domes and minarets from West Asia can be seen in different parts of India. So, not only those who came by the land routes learned from us, exchanged with us, but they also gave us goods and other cultural ideas of their own. They left back something very important that added to our culture. India being open, Atithi Devo Bhava, we welcomed them and accepted them. Now, India's neighbors. Who are India's neighbors? To the northwest, we have Pakistan and Afghanistan. In the north, we have China, Nepal, and Bhutan. In the east, we have Myanmar and Bangladesh. South, we have Sri Lanka and Maldives on the west. India is a large country. It comprised of 29 states and 7 union territories. And it shares its boundary with these northwestern, northern, eastern, and southern countries. If you see this is Bangladesh, Myanmar, China, Pakistan, Afghanistan. These are our neighbors. Maldives is here. Here, right? This is India, the large country India. the Arabian Sea on the west, the Bay of Bengal on the east, the Indian Ocean, the Lakshadweep Islands, the Andaman, and the Nicobar Islands. Sri Lanka is a neighbor on the south. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow channel of sea formed by the Pork Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. If you see here, the Pork Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. Maldive Islands are situated to the south of the Lakshadweep Islands. A peninsula is a piece of land that is bordered by water on three sides, but connected to mainland on one side. If you see India, it has water on three sides: the Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, and it is connected to the mainland in the north. Thus, India is a peninsula.